the girl discovered by chance that her childhood friend's computer was full of photos of her, a full 14 years. From innocence to maturity, it held countless springs, summers, autumns and winters of her life. At that moment, the girl suddenly recalled a question the boy had asked her some time ago.
괜찮은 남자 없어?
However, she had not answered him. She could only avoid the issue by drinking. Before long, she was so drunk she passed out. Seeing this, the boy thoughtfully draped a blanket over her, then lay down beside her, watching her silently. Early the next morning, in a daze, the girl heard the boy seem to say something. Afterwards, she went to the bathroom and kept pondering what exactly he had meant. Putting this together with the photos on his computer, the girl finally realized that the boy had actually had a secret crush on her all along. Lisa is a relatively unknown lyricist, yet the manuscript she submitted was rejected by the author. The reason was that Lisa didn't understand the feeling of a secret crush. Her lyrics came across as too cheerful and lacked authenticity. Feeling frustrated and irritable, she had no choice but to turn to her childhood friend Jack to drown her sorrows in drink. Faced with Lisa's frantic ramblings, Jack would always stay quietly by her side. Listening, Lisa asked Jack what it actually felt like to have a secret crush. Shouldn't one simply confess their feelings when they like someone? Jack was momentarily at a loss when he heard this question. Sensing something was amiss, Lisa immediately asked him whether he'd fallen for a foreign girl whilst abroad this time. To shut Lisa up, he had no choice but to make something up on the spot. Just then, a heavy snowfall began outside. It seemed that another year was slipping by in a blur. Thinking that Jack was due to leave for his studies abroad in 2 weeks' time, she suddenly had a brainwave and asked Jack to be her assistant. Jack refused straight away. He was a photographer, not a composer. Besides, Lisa's flat was bound to be a right mess, and he'd end up being the one to tidy it up again. On the way home, Lisa was already quite tipsy, but she wasn't the least bit worried. She knew Jack would look after her. Fearing Lisa might catch a chill, Jack took off his scarf and tied it around her neck. Lisa asked Jack who the person he had a secret crush on actually was. Seeing Jack shyly insist there was no one, she simply couldn't believe that a grown man could be so timid. She told him that if he liked someone, he should just go and confess his feelings out loud. After dropping Lisa off at home, Jack reminded her to have a shower before going to bed, and not to sleep on the sofa, as she'd catch a chill that way. As Jack was heading back, Lisa sent him a message, saying she'd been a good girl and had a bath. In truth, the intimacy between them was already far greater than that of most couples. It was just a pity that they lacked one crucial thing, a relationship. As soon as he got home, Jack switched on his computer. It was full of photos of Lisa. As far back as 4 years ago, Jack had thought about confessing his feelings, but he'd never found the right opportunity. At that moment, Lisa had only recently gone through a breakup. She was still wallowing in the pain of her heartbreak, unable to let go. Seeing this, her friends began to hint, sometimes subtly, sometimes not so much, that Lisa and Jack should give it a go. But upon seeing Jack's trembling hands, Lisa turned him down on the spot. After all, breaking up with her ex had been so painful. If the same were to happen with Jack, she feared she simply wouldn't be able to cope. And that was precisely why Jack had never dared to confess his feelings again, leaving him with no choice but to keep his love hidden deep within his heart. The very next day, Jack turned up at Lisa's flat, determined to spend some quality time with her before leaving the country. As soon as he walked in, Jack took on the task of tidying up the flat, and once he'd finished, he even took on the role of chef. This led Lisa to wonder for a moment whether Jack had actually gone abroad to study cooking rather than photography. As it had been ages since she'd had a proper meal, she felt it was only right to open a bottle of fine wine to celebrate. In fact, Jack had another reason for coming here, namely, to confirm whether Lisa was currently single. Lisa didn't give a direct answer, but simply picked up her mobile and began chatting about the writer's trivial daily life. At that moment, Jack wondered if Lisa had feelings for this writer. By evening, they'd both had a bit too much to drink. Lisa insisted, making a fuss, that she wanted to sleep on the carpet. Jack, resigned, tucked her in, and chose to lie down beside her. Just then, Lisa moved closer of her own accord. It turned out she'd instinctively drawn near Jack because she was so cold. As a result, Jack's heart raced with excitement all night long. It wasn't until the following morning that Lisa subconsciously glanced at her position. Only then did the pair realize just how awkward the situation was. One of them hurried to the bathroom to wash up, whilst the other hid behind the door, frantically tugging at his hair. Jack wasn't sure whether Lisa had actually heard what he'd said. When it came to preparing breakfast, they were remarkably in sync. As for last night's events, they'd already forgotten all about them. One made excuses, the other smoothed things over. For the rest of the time, Lisa concentrated intently on writing her lyrics, whilst Jack couldn't help but stare at her blankly. When inspiration was lacking, they went shopping together. They went to the supermarket and bought ingredients to cook dinner at home. Lisa spotted a crate of oranges on the table. She turned round and was surprised to find her mother standing there. Feeling rather guilty, Lisa stammered an explanation as to why Jack was at their house. As someone who'd been through it all, her mother understood everything. She asked the two of them to sit down together. Then she took out a deck of tarot cards and asked Jack to draw 3 cards with a sincere heart. It's said that this can reveal whether someone has a special person in their heart.
순수한 사랑, 끝없는 진심.
Her mother looked at Lisa, then at Jack, and indicated that this person was very far away. Seeing how perceptive her mother was, Lisa wanted to have a go too. But to her surprise, her mother said it was already very late. However, as she was leaving, her mother handed one of the cards to Jack, saying it was her lucky charm. Her mother felt completely at ease knowing Jack was looking after Lisa because she knew everything.